as if nothing flusters up. Well, unless Nigel de Jong injures his young defensive midfielder. But Lewandowski coming on. Plenty changes being made by Real Madrid as well, including Marco Asensio, who had a little bit of the game yesterday. Came on late on. Intrepid research department ensuring every single half-time change is notified. Everything will be fine. The family's up there. Reunited. Where did you get to? Second half underway in the Allianz-Arena, 0-0. Bayern Munich, the hosts, and Real Madrid. Mark Donaldson alongside Taylor Twellman. Bayern win this tournament for third time. Götze is one of the players who was replaced. Lewandowski on for him. Lewandowski did well when he came on yesterday. 3-0 win over AC Milan. World Cup alpine ski racer and Olympic gold medalist in attendance, Benjamin Reich. Cheering on David Alaba, who's in possession right now. Rafinha. Interesting to see, with 45 minutes under his belt, what Marco Asensio can do. Just 19 years old. Arrived from Mallorca. Plenty of time to impress here. Action straight away. Boateng. Very calm Nacho. Came on as a 16th minute substitute for Pepe. Went off hurt. Rode. Another change at half-time, finding Arturo Vidal. Philip Lahm was the player who made way for Sebastian Rode. This is Lewandowski. There is Champions League action today, and there was yesterday as well, the third qualifying round. Bayern Munich need to worry about that, entering the group stages. The German involvement, though, in the final playoff round by Leverkusen, finishing fourth in the Bundesliga last season, will be seeded. The draw is made on Friday for the playoff round. Pierre Højbjerg giving some assistance to Manuel Neuer. Højbjerg played well yesterday. Him and Kimmich, I thought, were very good until Kimmich had to go off as a result of a challenge from Nigel de Jong.
I think it's going to be interesting to see whether or not Højbjerg stays with Bayern Munich or goes out on loan the way he did last year with FC Augsburg.
Yeah.
He was impressive yesterday. 19-year-old kid, very good, was very important in the pressure of Bayern Munich early on against AC Milan, and also the tempo of the game. Kid's got a real bright future. I'll be interested to see if he doesn't stay and give Pep Guardiola some decisions to be made. But on the other hand, do you want a 19-year-old riding the bench when you can send him out on loan and getting more experience within Bundesliga or elsewhere?
It's the conundrum for Pep. He's just got a big but talented squad. So try and keep as many happy as possible. Ball in the air from Isco, but not this time. And the original infringement penalised. Challenge from Benatia, illegal. He becomes the first Bayern player into the book, joining Marcelo and Xabi Alonso.
Well, and a little bit mark of persistent infringement. This is the third time we've seen Benatia have to step out of that back line, step forward, challenge that attacking player from Real Madrid, and all 3 times he's brought that player down.
He was only at Roma for 12 months after joining from Udinese before Bayern came in for him. Toni Kroos against his former club. Maybe Marcelo on the left fancies it. Surprised if it wasn't the German. They do have an angle though for Marcelo. Oh, they also have an angle for Kroos, and denied by his former teammate Manuel Neuer. What a good save and a good free kick.
Just hit with the right pace up over the wall, but if you're going to beat the best goalkeeper in the world, Manuel Neuer, that's going to have to be inside that left post underneath the bar. Simple save for Neuer's quality.
5th corner for Real Madrid. Bayern have only forced 3. Pretty good at defending, and Robert Lewandowski is one of the best forward players when it comes to helping out his defense. Trickery from Hesse, not fooling David Alaba. Stunning technique. I think one of the other things, Taylor, that, as you said earlier, you believe he's the best in the world. For long games in Bundesliga matches, he has nothing to do. He's just focus, keep concentration.
But look at the other side of things. For how many years was Iker Casillas not doing anything, and he had to come up with 2 or 3 moments? I think that's the most difficult part about being a goalkeeper for one of the top clubs in the world, Mark, is you have to be mentally focused for 90 minutes, because it may be one moment that you have to come up big, because your team 9 out of 10 times is dominating possession, dominating the tempo of the game. And that's where I think Manuel Neuer, even in his day, Iker Casillas, you have a huge amount of respect for those goalkeepers that can stay focused and come up with that one save. Neuer's different, though. I mean, he's got that style of a quote-unquote sweeper keeper, where he plays as that fit defender, very confident with the ball at his feet. He can distribute out of the back, and as we've seen today, come up with that save.
Confirmation of the 4 changes at halftime. Sebastian Rode on for Philipp Lahm, Robert Lewandowski on for Mario Götze, and for Real Madrid, Marco Asensio on for Lucas Vazquez. And Aramendi replacing Casemiro. Already in 16 minutes, Nacho came on for the injured Pepe. A lot of effort was put into yesterday's game by Bayern, as Aramendi is penalised. It's a much slower tempo to this game. So Sebastian Rode. Last time Real Madrid were here, frantic start. They were 2 up, courtesy of 2 from Sergio Ramos within 20 minutes. Ronaldo with a couple as well. 4-0 win. Thomas Müller for Bayern. Better. 4th corner.
And now a little different look to this Bayern attack, because now Lewandowski is your out-and-out number 9. He's your out-and-out center striker. So now Müller changes his role. He's got to run the seams and become that supporting player, Lewandowski, in the middle. Amazing to think 25 goals in all competitions last year, and Lewandowski's got a little bit of pressure on him this year to score more.
A couple of short corners in the first half. Not this time, though. A header, free header wide. Maybe Mehdi Benatia could have done better.
Just perfect delivery from Xabi Alonso. Benatia does exactly what you're taught not to do, and that's go to the back post. If you go where the ball came from, you limit that mistake of the ball missing the goal.
Did score the opener, however, against Barcelona in the semi-final. First leg back in May. Mehdi Benatia.
But go back to it, Mark. Lewandowski, 25 goals in all competitions, and yet all you read about his quotes in this preseason, this training camp, is quote-unquote the best is yet to come.
Yeah, 28 goals the season before as well. I mean, he is a goal machine, but when you have service like this that he has at Bayern Munich,
it just puts in perspective the 61 goals Cristiano scored. You know, I think we take for granted the numbers that Messi and Ronaldo put up year in and year out.
Chance for Bayern to take the lead. Thomas Müller just couldn't get it under control. Neither could Robert Lewandowski. With 10 minutes gone in the second half, it remains Bayern Munich 0, Real Madrid 0 on ESPN. Plenty changes coming up here for Real Madrid. So we're going to see Luka Modric. This is Arturo Vidal. Unorthodox by Marcelo, but it worked. Sergio Ramos taking no chances. Here comes the fun part. Oncoming Modric and James Rodriguez are below it. Marcelo making way for Alvaro Arbeloa. It's Rodriguez who scored the opening goal yesterday against Spurs. This is Benatia. Good clutch by Keylor Navas. Joined Real Madrid after that World Cup campaign. Left Levante. Rafinha. Rodriguez kind of playing the striking role. Modric in behind. Marco Asensio over on the right hand side for Real Madrid. Keep on at half time for Lucas Vazquez. Rafinha. Read an article, Taylor mentioned this yesterday as well, about the season tickets in the Bundesliga. Bayern you would think would probably be the most expensive. Wrong. Second cheapest. You can get a season ticket at Bayern for as little as 140 euros. That also includes transport to and from the game. Can other countries learn from that?
100%. And I think when you talk to so many GMs, financial officers within the game around the world, they use the Bundesliga and they use Bayern Munich as the top of that pinnacle on how to run a business from top to bottom. You also look at TV rights within the Bundesliga, Mark. That's a great example.
Yep.
It's still surprising to me that La Liga TV rights are what they are to this day.
Juan Bernat replacing Arturo Vidal.
I'm curious, who was the most expensive?
I'll tell you, the cheapest was Wolfsburg. 130 euros for a season ticket for an adult. Xabi Alonso.
What is it for a kid?
I think it was something like 40 or 50 euros. So you can get.
So that's what I would buy, right?
Father and son, mother and daughter for
exactly
under 200 bucks.
But in all seriousness, think of that. That's not happening in England.
Well, they're talking about the away tickets, aren't they, for Premier League games to be capped at maybe £20 or whatever, because some away fans are paying $70, $80 to go to see their team away from home. Douglas Costa for Bayern. Do the goal. Is it Lewandowski? How is it not Lewandowski?
And here we are talking about the criticism for Lewandowski after a year where he scored 25 goals in all competitions. But now you add this guy, Douglas Costa, into the mix. That kind of service will be there all year long for Lewandowski. Now you get the feeling, now you get the sense why there is criticism. A player of his caliber, that ball needs to be hit the back of the net. Great ball in from Costa again.
9 times out of 10 it would have hit the back of the net, just not that time. Still goalless at the Allianz-Arena.
But the one thing I've been most impressed with Bayern Munich in this preseason is Costa.
He's been outstanding.
Clinical and efficient, particularly on that left foot, Mark.
Well, even yesterday they did swap him for a period of 10 to 15 minutes over on the right-hand side. And it's just another issue, another conundrum for the defenders to try and work out. He's playing on the right, coming in on his left. Alaba.
Remember, he had to force 2 good saves from the AC Milan goalkeeper, but this kid, he's very good at finding that half a yard and then delivering a ball. And for a player of Lewandowski, it's easy to time your run. Now you have a good sense of timing your run, beating Sergio Ramos. Phenomenal delivery.
Thomas Müller back post, right down the throat of Keylor Navas. Saw Müller a couple of moments ago with his head in his hands at Lewandowski's miss. That time unable to get much power or purchase on the header. So at the age of 35, you're still working out how to get a season ticket for a child. Okay. Boyish looks.
Well, I was born on leap year, Mark, so technically I'm 8.5.
I'll leave you to insert the punchline, dear viewer. This is Mehdi Benatia.
Things discussed during Audi Cup final.
Yeah, well, we could have been discussing Bayern's lead from Lewandowski, but I'm not going to say it was a bad bounce or whatever. He knows he should have done better. Rafinha, the first time, but not the second. Modric. James Rodriguez. Eventually, support coming from Dani Carvajal. Marco Asensio has gone over to this left-hand side. As says Arbeloa in support and in space. Asensio did okay at Mallorca last couple of years. This is Toni Kroos, and why not? Good goalkeeping. You never know what's going to happen when that ball bounces up. Just ask Michel Vorm yesterday when Gareth Bale tried from distance.
It's just absolute perfect technique from Toni Kroos. Everything you want when you're hitting that ball is to have it dip right in front of the goalkeeper, that short bounce. And you're talking about a clinical save from Manuel Neuer. That was absolutely perfect.
Did what he had to. He showed form yesterday. Xabi Alonso being replaced by Pierre Højbjerg. Nice smile from Xabi Alonso. The 33-year-old can rest the legs. He's done well. Not a player that you'll see getting forward much. He just has a role, a job to do in front of the back four of protection. Does it so well. This kid was very impressive yesterday. He's actually Bayern's youngest ever debutant. Commentated on the match when he came on as a 17-year-old against Nuremberg. And he's not shy, not short of confidence as well. But you have to, don't you? When you come into a team like this, the same as Kimmich yesterday, you can't be someone who's just overawed by those around you. You can't be overly cocky as well. Be confident, believe you belong there.
Well, in 2014 was a big year for him and his growth at such a young age. He went out on loan. He lost a family member to cancer, so he's grown up. And again, I bring it up yesterday, extremely impressive with Højbjerg. The pace, the tempo.
Good feet.
He's not shy whatsoever.
Be calm there, Mehdi Benatia. This is Arbeloa. Here's Højbjerg. 7 caps already for the Danes. The age is just 19. Good spell this for Real Madrid. First 15-20 minutes of this second half. A bit more tempo, but now we've got the changes and the fresh legs. I mean, we'll get that. Good hands from Manuel Neuer. Players coming on, Taylor, out to impress. Challenged by Ruda. There's more football coming up for you on ESPN. More soccer when the US women's national team back in action against Costa Rica on August the 19th. We'll have it for you. ESPN 2, 6:55. It's the victory tour as they take a deserved bow in front of will hopefully be decent crowds wherever they go. And if you can watch it on your TV and you're out and about, feel free to take us with you as well. The Watch ESPN app.
Chattanooga, Tennessee. I can guarantee you that crowd will be pretty good. Have you seen anything like the Women's World Cup final, Mark?
It was phenomenal. And
unreal.
It was interesting for me because I was over in the UK in the summer covering Wimbledon and St Andrews, and even the English press bought into the English side as well, who did very well. Looking to try and give them more publicity.
And we've seen chances in this second half as we see Navas come up with a couple good saves, Manuel Neuer with 2 real good saves, and Toni Kroos. The game's starting to open up in this second half.
Came off the back, I think, of Benatti there, setting up Muller. Chance. Manuel Neuer got across just in time.
But the performance from Carly Lloyd in the Women's World Cup final is something that I think a lot of people will say where they were 20 years down the road when Carly Lloyd scored a hat-trick. And
many people score hat-tricks in World Cup finals.
Right.
There's Thomas Muller. Is he tripped by Kroos? Referee says no. Of course, as a Scotsman, it would be remiss of me not to mention Jeff Hurst scoring a hat-trick for England. At least 3 of the 4 were over the line back in 1966. I just love to play at a World Cup with Scotland again. This is Boateng. Last Scotsman to score at the World Cup. Someone you may know.
Steve Nicol?
Craig Burley.
Oh, I don't...
1998.
All right.
The ESPN FC calling. This is Mehdi Benatia. He's been with us earlier.
He had like blonde hair then too. I need to find that picture and tweet it to Craig Burley.
3 teeth missing. Craig was with us earlier along with Glenn Davis when Spurs beat AC Milan 2-0 in the third place match. Chadley and Carroll for Spurs. Becoming a little bit chippy now. Been played at a decent kind of tempo, and they've been on their best behaviour so far. Hopefully it remains that way. One contentious moment just before half-time with a little push. Claims for a Real Madrid penalty, which they never got. Probably should have done. Arbeloa. We'll see Borja Mayoral coming on shortly. James Rodriguez. The outside of the boot. This time for Marco Asensio. So we're going to see Danilo. Rode it. Ran into Sergio Ramos there.
Ramos knew exactly what he was doing because Rhoda got there before Ramos could get in front of that, and just that little touch puts Ramos in no man's land.
Yellow card for Sergio Ramos, who incidentally in 42 games for Real Madrid last season was booked in 22 of them. So of course he had to be booked yesterday against Spurs and today against Bayern. Changes. Danilo coming on, and the Real Madrid youngster Borja Mayoral, the 18-year-old. Changes 7 and 8. Real Madrid. Probably looked the most likely of the Real Madrid players to have done something, and completely snubs the high five. Very nice. This is Højbjerg. Alaba. First involvement for Danilo since coming on. Mayoral playing just in behind James Rodriguez. They have options in attack, Real Madrid, when everyone's fit and available. Benzema, Ronaldo, James Rodriguez, Bale, Isco in behind, Kroos, Modric as well. He's done well since joining from Tottenham Hotspur. Summers ago now. Unfortunately, in the Audi Cup 2015, they do not anymore have the same rule that they introduced for one tournament only back in 2013, where you make as many changes as you wanted, but you were limited as to when you could make them to try and speed up the action. Obviously bring players on and off to do with injury as well, but it's no longer in use, unfortunately. A few stoppages. The volley, the bar from Danilo. Cheryshev was the player who also made way along with Toni Kroos. Kid makes it look as though he can't get out of the way when he knows exactly what he's doing. He's a bit sly that way, Sergio Ramos. stays this way, we are headed straight to penalties, no extra time. On the ESPN2. Lewandowski. The stung. Aldrich away. Bayern just upping the tempo a little bit, winning it back quickly. Højbjerg. A second bite of the cherry, rather fortuitously. The best ball for Rode. Looks like someone may have lost a shin guard. Now the switch is on. Boateng. Müller. We've got numbers on that left-hand side. Douglas Costa. Good defending. And Sergio Ramos. Højbjerg. Rode. Not known for his goals, Sebastian Rode. A couple last season after joining from Eintracht Frankfurt, but better.
And you're okay with it, Sebastian Rode, maybe coming into the 18, having a hit here, but right when he picks up his head, he easily could have played Thomas Muller's feet, maybe look for a combination on top of that 18.
And he will admit he is slightly stronger on his right side as well. It's been a good game so far. Keylor Navas. Behind Mario Götze just before half-time. Called into action with other occasions. The best save of the game was Manuel Neuer. Tipped over that free kick from Toni Kroos in the 51st minute. Best chance of the game, Taylor. I suppose Lewandowski, who had a tap in and probably should have scored on the hour mark. Alba having moved a little further forward after Juan Bernat came on. He was decent yesterday, Bernat, when he moved into midfield role. Corner. Carvajal, won by Douglas Costa, 6th of the game. A full house inside the Allianz-Arena. Can they get a goal to cheer for the majority Bayern supporters this time? By Alaba. Rafinha with only himself for company. These two have been involved in a fair number of penalty shootouts in pre-season. Bayern lost to Guangzhou in Guangdong back in 23rd of July. Thomas Müller missed. He also missed a penalty at the weekend. Xabi Alonso against Wolfsburg in the Super Cup. 5-4 on penalties. Real Madrid lost to Roma in Melbourne. 7-6. Vasquez missed. They did beat AC Milan 10-9 on penalties in Shanghai at the end of last month. Plenty previous experience over the last few weeks of being involved in penalty shootouts. Might not be required if we get a goal. Björn wide. Pierre Højbjerg, decent stop, Keylor Navas, and he got it far enough away. Rafinha for Rode. Carvajal with the clearance. Better from Bayern. Douglas Costa. Juan Bernat. Good tackle. Good play, Bayern, Taylor.
Well, so much of it is just intricate passing, keeping possession, making sure Real Madrid defends on their back foot at all times, and you're now seeing it with all 10 players within 40 yards of their own goal defending. But how impressive has Højbjerg been in the last 2 games? Steps onto the field, not shy of the moment, steps forward, great hit, better save from Navas.
Not a good ball by Rode. Second bite of the cherry, and he's fouled.
Just kill you and kill the momentum of any game with possession. You're just chasing the ball consistently when you go up against Bayern Munich. Look at it. Bernat has come in. Alaba steps into the midfield. They just have so many intricate pieces that fit right in. They keep possession and they throw numbers at you.
A good game, Keylor Navas. Clean sheet so far for the Costa Rican. Alaba. And if he'd gone down there, but the flag was up anyway. Mark Bosch. Fans behind him not happy at that decision. Flag against Mehdi Benatia.
And we saw it on the other end with Toni Kroos just trying to deliver this and hit this with pace to bounce right in front of Navas. Same thing from Alaba. Benatia offside.
Now this kid's talented. William Benko, just 17 years old. And look at that attempt from another youngster, Højbjerg.
Just perfect technique here, though, Mark. But for a goalkeeper of Navas's quality, it's a simple save, but perfect technique from Højbjerg.
Benko came on yesterday for Mario Götze. Also played the second half of friendly against Inter in Shanghai. Involved straight away, Benko, for Lewandowski.
Scored 8 goals last year for Bayern Munich's under-17 team. Pep talking about it in that training camp in China, that he's going to be training on and off with the team, but he's been impressive in this preseason.
Yeah, he has. Big NBA fan as well. Favorite player Derek Rose. For the Bulls. It's interesting to see the reaction of some Americans when you tell them the popularity of American sports, like the World League of American Football, and it was huge in Germany, and the NBA, especially in the Baltic regions like Lithuania and the likes. So popular American sports in Europe. And Benko. Looks like you should have schooled tomorrow. You've done your homework. Summer school, of course. Kids are still on holiday. Speaking of American sports, Taylor's Air Miles will take another boost this weekend. The Galaxy against Seattle Sounders. That should be good.
Giovanni Dos Santos hopefully will make his debut, and Seattle's lost 7 of the last 8. They're in trouble.
Alaba's ball in. Chance here for Bayern. Didn't really have options, Lewandowski, so had to hold on to it. Douglas Costa. Actually just crowding him out. James Rodriguez. Tight in there. Can they find a way out? Finally some high pressing and quick pressing from Bayern. Benatia wins it back and Rode gives it away to his teammate. Nice play now on the right, Douglas Costa. Rafinha having made way, that's why Douglas Costa is now on the right. Sergio Ramos took a sore one there from Lewandowski. Back in the day when players used to wear proper leather black boots, that probably wouldn't have hurt as much, but now fancy fangled green, white, red, blue boots. Okay, they're light.
We go back to that free kick from Alaba just right in front of Navas, but that little injury, that little toe touch mark on Sergio Ramos is usually how you can hurt your knee. There's a little touch of the toe, and Lewandowski got a good chunk of Sergio Ramos there. And now we enjoy the pictures of the 2015 Audi Cup.
Well, we are. Will we see Gaudino and Green? Julian Green on the bench with Gianluca Gaudino. 6.5 minutes of normal time remaining. Another thing to consider if you're Pep Guardiola. You want to take off potential penalty taker. clip. Douglas Costa. Don't expect a full first choice, full strength Bayern lineup at the weekend against Division 5 opponents in Nottingham. We'll see the likes of Gaidino, maybe Julian Green will get a look. Vivian Benko with a chance of playing in the German Cup first round on Sunday. Rhoda. Over 5 minutes remaining. A goal could win it now. Otherwise, kicks from the mark. Penalty kicks. Yaramendi for Carvajal. Danilo just playing in front of Carvajal. Modric. The chase. Unlucky. Borja Mayoral. Spoke of Bayern's participation in the Champions League. They got direct into the group stage. Bayer Leverkusen will play in the playoff round. Famous European name Ajax yesterday knocked out by Rapid Vienna in the third qualifying round. Drawn 2-2 away from home. Couldn't get the job done at the Amsterdam-Arena. Celtic got through today. 0-0 draw. It was Karabakh. Still some games ongoing. Still 0 here as well. Shoot, say the crowd. He's not too far away. Just needs to fine-tune the radar a little bit more. Douglas Costa.
Been all Bayern Munich in the last 20 to 25 minutes, throwing numbers forward, getting Douglas Costa to come inside, have freedom to find those pockets of space. Just lacking that final pass, that final shot to put this game away.
Rafa Benitez deciding not to gamble on the fitness of Cristiano Ronaldo or Karim Benzema once then fresh for the start of the new Spanish season on Sunday the 23rd of August. Real Madrid away from home against Sporting Gijón. Douglas Costa to invite the challenge, first from Sergio Ramos, then from Arbeloa. Good to play against him in training. In school tomorrow. Special dispensation to stay. To see a number of kids in attendance. Both days, full house at the Allianz-Arena for the Audi Cup 2015. They might have to get special dispensation to stay up another half an hour longer. This one goes to penalty kicks. Douglas Costa, what a delivery! And finally, the goal is scored, and it's Robert Lewandowski. He scored yesterday as well. And Bayern are ahead. What about the delivery?
And that's all this preseason has been about for FC Bayern Munich for me, because Douglas Costa, the fourth largest signing in club history, has been something special the entire preseason, and he gave Lewandowski an opportunity to make up for the earlier mistake. Great ball in, whipped in front of Navas. You can't do anything as a goalkeeper when that ball's whipped in with pace right in front of you. Simple finish for Lewandowski.
88th minute. Saving the best to last from close range and onside, capitalizing from a sumptuous delivery from Diego Costa. Even Douglas Costa, that would have been some ball in. Were they just teasing us for 88 minutes? Now Real Madrid running out of time to find an equaliser to take us to penalties.
And that's the one thing about Lewandowski, Mark, is when you look at him throughout his career, yes, he's missed his fair share of chances, but the greatest goal scorers in the world, they have amnesia. selective memory. They forget about the easy one, and they continue on and get on the end of a great ball in from Costa. 24-year-old Brazilian looks to have a big season for Bayern Munich. Special player and a huge signing for Pep Guardiola.
The delivery from the right. Real Madrid defense want to sleep a little bit. Some trying to play offside, others trying to defend. Robert Lewandowski, 25 goals in all comps last season. He's got 2 and 2, scoring the third in 85 minutes yesterday, getting the first in 88 minutes today. Obviously this place has been a lot noisier, but it has come to life with that goal. It's just a decent atmosphere as well when Bayern face Hamburg to kick off the defense of the Bundesliga crown on Friday the 14th of August. Friday night football for the Germans. Okay, it's a friendly, but still. Buckaroo kick. Second would really put this one to bed. Douglas Costa and Lewandowski again. Just has the ability to make something happen when very little looks on.
And it doesn't matter how many defenders you have around him, Mark. I mean, in that particular moment, he's got 2 to 3 defenders around him. It doesn't matter.
What Frank Ribery's thinking right now. Out injured. Seeing someone come in and pretty much take his place.
He's putting down that extra glass of wine he just ordered.
Conundrum for Pep will be how to fit in Robert, Ribery and Douglas Costa in the same line.
I love when people say it's a conundrum.
It's not a bad problem to have.
If you're a manager, if you're a coach in this game, you want that conundrum, and you want a player that you spend so much money on like Douglas Costa to come immediately right into the squad and set the tone.
And Bale watching on as his team go down to a 1-0 defeat at the hands of Bayern Munich. And his goal, Taylor, separating the two sides. Your final thoughts?
It's a friendly. It's a final tune-up before the league start. We saw some quality, particularly in the second half. Lewandowski making up for an earlier mistake, but the entire second half was Bayern Munich.
Oh, selfies on the field with Sergio Ramos. But it's Lewandowski's goal, 2 and 2. After scoring against AC Milan yesterday, that decides the Audi Cup. They won it in 09 against Manchester United. They won it 2 years ago against Manchester City. And they've won it for the third time in 4 attempts against Real Madrid. Robert Lewandowski with the late winner. Thanks for your company today. For Taylor Twellman, I'm Mark Donaldson. We'll leave you from the Allianz-Arena with a final score of Bayern Munich 1, Real Madrid 0. This has been a presentation of ESPN. Keep it here on ESPN2 as we send it to his and hers. Bye for now.